is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats? It is Luce and I am back again this week with another video. So today I have decided to do a video on vocal health. Now first,
I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there.
Just to let you know, I am not an expert. I'm not trained in vocal health. I have not really researched it. I've got a lot of information through my teachers and my training at drama school. I've also had singing lessons kind of all through my life and I've gained a lot of knowledge through that. I'm not a professional, so take everything that I say with a pinch of salt. Some things might not work for you, some things might really work for you, and this is basically just a general, if you have no idea how to keep your voice healthy, then this is the video for you. So vocal health, what is it? It's basically how you look after your voice. You may be a professional singer, you may actually be a teacher and you're using your voice all the time, you may be in a job where you're working with customers and you need to try and protect your voice. It doesn't just apply for singers, it can actually apply to your everyday life. So this isn't in any particular order, I'm just kind of saying things as they come to my mind. So the first thing that is really important in terms of keeping your voice healthy is water. Drink water. You should be drinking at least 2 liters a day, I would say. Water is just really important for keeping your vocal cords hydrated. So if you ever find your voice is feeling really dry or quite sore, then first of all, water is really good in the sense that if you're getting ill, then it will flush all the bugs out, but also it will keep your voice hydrated. The second thing I would say is steaming. The way I steam is I normally just fill a bowl full of hot water. If I'm ill, I will actually put in a few drops of olive oil into the water because that is amazing for clearing your airways. But normally I just fill a bowl or a container full of boiling water and then I just put my head over it and then put a tea towel over my head to prevent the steam from escaping, and you basically just breathe in the water vapor and it gets all in your throat, gets all down there, and it basically is just a really quick way of hydrating your vocal cords. If you haven't drunk enough water or if you are feeling ill, you can actually buy steamers online. You can buy little teapots and they have a little plastic thing that you can suck in the water vapor with. Now something else that I use, particularly if I'm feeling ill or if my throat feels quite sore, Manuka honey. Now some of you may have heard of it. I will literally take a spoonful of the honey and just eat it. Normally I'll lie down so that I can feel the honey getting to the back of my throat and I can feel it coating everything inside, and then I don't speak for like at least 2 hours afterwards. So I normally just do it before I go to bed because I'm lying down, so it will get to the back of my throat anyway and I don't have to talk. It will say a number and then MGO on the pot of honey that you get, and that is basically the amount of the natural occurring compound that makes Manuka honey really special. The higher number that you get is better for you because it basically means that it's got more of the thing that is really good for your voice in it, but they are really expensive the higher you go. Now this can apply to whether you are about to sing or whether you're about to talk, perform a speech, literally anything. Warming your voice up is so important. Always, always, always warm up before you're about to do anything that could be taxing to your voice. A lot of people regularly ask me to show you guys what I do to warm up. I'm kind of really hesitant to do that because warming up is so personal and I think it changes for every different person's voice. It changes on the way you're feeling that day, what song you're about to sing and what you're about to do, and the type of voice quality that you need for it. I mean, my warm-ups change all the time depending on whether I'm feeling a little bit tired or really warm already. Just getting a couple of singing lessons in. A good teacher will give you a lot of tools so that you can build up your own warm-up, and that would be really helpful so you can get a bit of knowledge about the different exercises that you can do and what they do for your voice. I will tell you that 2 things that are really important that I think are integral to a warm-up is sirening, where you go The trick is, don't get louder when you go higher. Actually, it's better for your voice if you go quieter when you go higher. You shouldn't be doing it so that other people can hear you. It should be as quiet as you possibly can do it because you're not straining, you're not pushing. It's just a really easy, simple exercise. And the other thing is lip trilling on a siren as well, or you can do it, you can lip trill the entire song you're about to sing. So that's when you go and that is really good for your voice. It's so warm. Literally, a lot of the time if I'm about to do a speech or a monologue, I will literally lip trill the entire thing. But what's really important is that you keep the pitch of the speech or the song, and that gets different parts of your voice warming up, whereas if you're just doing it on one tone, then that's just not helpful. So yeah, sirening and lip trilling in a warm-up are really, really, really good for you. And also a cool down is really important. It doesn't have to be long. So if you've been singing a really high song or a really big song, it's important to get your larynx back to its normal position, because if it's still really high or in a different position to the way it normally is, it's hard for your voice to get back down to your normal resting point. Normally I just siren from the top down back to the middle, so not all the way down to the bottom of my range, but back to where kind of feels comfortable. Also getting your body involved. I think before you sing or before you're doing something, singing uses every single part of your body, believe it or not, a lot more goes on than you think, and everything needs to be ready to work and to support everything that's going on here. So just getting your body moving is also a really useful thing.
Only you can ease my mind.
Things to avoid before you're singing or using your voice in a particularly taxing way: avoid alcohol, avoid caffeine. Caffeine really dehydrates your vocal folds. Chocolate and sticky sweet foods. But also what I think is really important is that you don't drastically change your diet or everything you're eating and drinking before you're about to do a performance or something, because then that will also change your voice in a negative way. Eat foods instead that contain a lot of water, so like pears, apples, grapes, celery, cucumber, all of those sort of things that naturally contain a lot of hydration. If your voice is particularly feeling tired one day, I like to kind of allow myself vocal naps. I will just try and find times where I don't have to talk. So if you're in a lesson, then obviously just try not to talk as much. And even just like over lunchtime or something, if you just say to your friends like, my voice really isn't feeling great, I'm just not gonna talk as much as I normally do. You don't have to just like not talk at all. Don't smoke. Smoking is bad. A lot of people do, a lot of singers do, a lot of really famous actors and performers do, and it's so bad for your voice, I cannot tell you. I think another thing is just being aware of how you're using your voice throughout the day. What I found through in my training is that actually singing should be relaxing, so it's keeping your throat and everything inside here relaxed and not pushing. So a lot of the time when people sing high, they put their head up because they psychologically think that's going to help them, and a lot of people when they sing low put their head down. It's making sure you just keep your posture and your head neck alignment completely neutral. Nothing's pushing. You're not straining your voice because this is in a bad position. You're not straining your voice down here because this is pressing down on your larynx when you put your head down. Hot lemon and honey, and sometimes I put ginger in it as well, which is really nice. When I'm ill, that is the recipe to getting my throat back to where it needs to be. Love lemon and honey. Avoid eating spicy foods as well, because sometimes spice can cause the stomach acid to come up into your throat. So it's just making sure you don't eat anything too alarming to your vocal folds. Another tiny little thing that I think is avoid talking on the phone like this. So if you're trying to do something else, that can create a lot of tension in your neck and around here. Darling, only you can ease my mind. Something that I think is amazing for my voice, and this may just be personal, but just drinking a hot drink. Avoid stuff with milk in, because dairy can also be quite bad for your throat. I normally have like a chamomile tea, a green tea, a hot lemon and honey. It warms up my voice. My voice always feels so smooth after I've had a hot drink, so just that always helps me if my voice is particularly tired or if I'm about to sing. They are my general tips for how to keep your voice healthy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want more videos like this about my voice, about my singing, all of that sort of stuff, then please let me know in the comments below, and like this video if you do want to see more of that sort of thing. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye!